All right, so everyone is just crazy about YouTube Shorts, right? Because, well, if I get a whole bunch of YouTube Shorts, if I get them viral, then I'm gonna blow up and I'm gonna be able to get all this traffic over to my long form videos. I think personally, I think it's a waste of time. And I know I'm probably gonna get some heat in the comments, but that's okay. This is my opinion. I really do think that if you are choosing between the two, I would start with long form. If your goal is to get monetized, do you know how long it's gonna take you to get monetized if all you're doing is focusing on shorts? It's gonna take a very, 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 very long time. So the other thing is like for me, it's not even about the monetization piece. We did some YouTube Shorts on this channel. I did it on my other channel too, Brand Creators, which is about almost at 100,000 subscribers. We started and we stopped. We started and we stopped. Because you kind of get roped in and you see the, everyone else is doing it and you don't want to be left out and you're like, everybody else is doing great with these. And then you're like, but wait a minute, is that the audience I really want? Do I want people that have the attention span of like 1 minute only? No, I don't want them. So I would rather sacrifice views, okay, all of these shorts views, and I would rather have a quality view on the long form. So our long form is typically going to be 8, 12, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. We also do live every single week. And the reason is because I want to build a deeper relationship with my audience. Right? I don't want to have to be confined to I got to cram this in a minute. Like, it's just, why? And then what's going to happen is you're going to get some subscribers, and then it's not going to help you when you're posting videos that you want to get more reach. Because here's how it works. Now, I don't work for YouTube, but I've been doing this a long time, and I've also watched a lot of people that have bigger channels than we do, and I hear what they're saying, and it makes sense to me. Common sense is a big thing for me. Like, if I can see it and visualize it and understand it, I'm good. All right, so here's how it works in my eyes. Okay, you post a video on your channel. Your subscribers are the first audience that's going to see this video or have the option or the potential to see this video. So imagine you have 1,000 people that are on your subscriber count, okay? You have 1,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, okay? Let's say that 800 of them came from shorts. We know that they like short form content. Some of them might like the long form. Now you post a video that's 8 minutes long and 800 people, because they're shorts subscribers, they see that and they see, oh my God, that's 8 minutes. That's way too long. The minute that they see that it's that long, they're probably not gonna give you the time of day. All right, so now what happens is your opportunity to show YouTube that your subscribers wanna see your content, it just got diminished. It just went down. So now YouTube is gonna look at that and go, okay, wait a minute here, this content, people don't really wanna watch it. They don't really wanna see this. So we're not gonna go ahead and start showing it to bigger audiences. Because what we wanna do in the very beginning is we want our subscribers, they're the ones that are kind of rating our content, to get pushed. Okay?
Hey, I wanted to cut in here real quick because as I was going through this video, getting it ready to upload, I realized I never mentioned what we're actually doing to attract those viewers that want to watch longer form content. And it all starts with the title. And the title is the thing that's going to attract the algorithm to be able to say, hey, put this in front of this person that's interested in this content. And then the title is also going to hook them, the viewer that is, to want to watch that. Now, a lot of people get hung up on the title and they don't really know where to start. So what I wanted to do is share with you 10 of our top titles that we've used over the years, not just on this channel, but my other channel that's over 100,000 subscribers now. And we've got videos over there that have went micro viral, as we call it. And now here's just a few of the examples from the titles that we're including in this swipe file. And you can see these have gotten hundreds of thousands of views, and this is what we call micro viral videos. And those are the ones that I'm going to share with you in this swipe file. So if you want a copy of that, just put hooks in the comments. If you put hooks in the comments, I'll know to send it to you, and then I'll reach out to you in the comments and I will send you a link. All right, so just put hooks in the comments if you want that, and it'll give you 10 titles that you can take and you can reuse them. And I'm also going to show you in this document how you can actually adapt them to your niche. I'm going to show you multiple examples inside of this document. So all you got to do is plug in your niche and your topics, and then from there you can go ahead and test them out for yourself. All right, let's get back to the video.
The other thing is I want to, like I said, build a more loyal listener or viewer, because I want them to stay with me. I want them to be my true 1,000 fans. You know, if you've ever read that article, and I'll post that article in the description, I believe it's Kevin Kelly was the author of that, wrote it years ago, still relevant to this day, where if you can get 1,000 true fans to basically either read your stuff or watch your stuff or listen to your stuff and really keep them engaged, you'll be set for life. And I believe that. I truly, truly believe that. So I personally would sacrifice the adrenaline of getting more views on shorts, you know, the excitement, you know, the dopamine of all of that. Like, oh wow, look at us, we got all these views. But then you find out that it's really not helping your channel grow. Okay, so that's what I would do. And I've got a few little notes here that I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss. So the very first thing I said was it's not your audience, so it's okay. Be okay with that. The second thing is it's a waste of time, in my opinion. Now, if you look at someone like Dave Ramsey, let's say, okay, Dave Ramsey's got millions of listeners and viewers, and he's went out there and he's captured that entire market, okay? So he's really squeezed all of the juice, most of the juice, out of that, you know, let's call it a piece of grapefruit. So you have this grapefruit, you squeeze it all out, right? You get, so your audience, right? That's what I'm kind of referencing that. We're squeezing all that out. Well, Dave Ramsey's got a massive, massive team, okay? And they're like, okay, we just took our entire market, for the most part, of all of our viewers, and we said, you know what, we got all those people, we got all their attention, we're good. But now the team's like, but you know what? If we went after the shorts audience, even though we know that we could get, I don't know, 100,000 views, and out of those people, we might get a smaller fraction of subscribers. And if we do get those subscribers, there's a small portion of that that's going to actually pay attention to our long form. But we don't care, because number one, we've got a big team here. All we're doing is trying to really optimize the audience that we have, taking our content, spreading it out amongst all of these different platforms, all of these, you know, different little clips that we can really carve out. They're okay with doing that, but they've already done the long form. Dave didn't start with posting shorts, and I don't believe he would have, because he says, or his team says, they basically create those shorts to lead to the longer form. But we all know that the rate of someone actually watching that is very low. But they're okay with that, because even a small portion of that is better than nothing, because they're squeezing the rest out of that grapefruit that they already squeezed. So the same thing is for them, they're creating long form content. A lot of times theirs is like over an hour, and then they're chopping that up into 8-minute clips to make it shorter, but still longer. And then they're taking short form content and using that to really squeeze more out of that audience. So that's how I see it. If you're at that place, then yeah, go ahead, play with shorts. It'll help a little bit, okay? But if you're just starting and you're thinking, I'm gonna go ahead and just post a whole bunch of shorts, get a whole bunch of attention, maybe one will go viral, and I'm gonna get some subscribers, it might not be the audience that you want. All right, it might not be the audience that is gonna get you to where you wanna go. Now, my recommendation is always to create more content, long form content that will attract the right audience. And there's actually 4 types of content that I call my content buckets. I actually shot a video right here where I walk you through all 4 of them. It will help you grow your audience of loyal fans. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there.
Your first video is not going to get views, period. It's not. Your first 10 are not going to get views. I can very confidently say that. So stop sitting there and thinking for months and months on end and just get to work and start uploading. There's literally no such thing as a perfect video.
A lot of people give up too soon because they're not getting enough views. You literally could be a year away from that video that you just made taking off because you just stopped uploading.
Give yourself 10 years. Give yourself 10 years at this craft, making videos, posting them online, getting made fun of for at least 5 of those years. And then maybe at the end of 10, maybe you'll have a little bit of success.
If you're a small YouTube channel, or maybe you haven't even started a YouTube channel yet, I want you to know that it is totally possible. Last year, I started 2 brand new YouTube channels from 0, and I was able to grow them very fast, getting hundreds of thousands of views, even with not a lot of subscribers. Now, before I share with you how to do this, I want you to hear from some of my favorite creators on advice for growing your small YouTube channel.
You had no money. What would be the first 10 videos you tried to make on a new channel? I guess that's advice for a new person. And nobody knows you.
Yeah, nobody knows me. Yeah, like hypothetically, I have a mask on.
And you also, I guess, don't have the wisdom.
But if I don't have what I have in my head, then I would say just fail. Like, just a lot of people get analysis paralysis, and they'll just sit there and they'll plan their first video for 3 months. And I'm any of you listening, if you, especially if you have 0 videos on your channel, your first video is not going to get views. Period. It's not. Your first 10 are not going to get views. I can very confidently say that. So stop sitting there and thinking for months and months on end and just get to work and start uploading. Like, all you need to do, this applies to people who have not uploaded videos but have dreams of being a YouTuber, is make 100 videos and improve something every time. Do that. And then on your 101st video, we'll start talking, like maybe you can get some views, but you know, your first 100 are going to suck. There are very freak cases like Liza Koshy or Emma Chamberlain who have really good personalities, and it doesn't take them as many videos. And it's just like people who are 7'5" and making the NBA. Like, yes, there are freak cases you can find, but for the average person like us, you know, who don't have these exceptional personalities and, you know, backgrounds in filmmaking, just make 100 videos, improve something each time, and then talk to me on your 101st video.
Well, the improve something each time is the tricky one. How do you improve something each time?
The second one, just, I don't know, put more effort into the script. The third one, try to learn a new editing trick. The fourth one, try to figure out a way that you can have better inflections in your voice. The fifth one, try to, you know, study a new thumbnail tip and implement it. The sixth one, try to figure out a new title. There's infinite ways. That's the beauty of content creation online. There's literally infinite ways, from the coloring to the frame rate to the editing to the filming to the production to the jokes to the pacing to every little thing can be improved, and they can never not be improved. There's literally no such thing as a perfect video.
Item number 1 is that no one cares about your videos. This is 2 categories of people who do not care. Number 1, your friends and family do not care. And number 2, the audience also does not care. Firstly, on the friends and family front, I was so worried when I started YouTube 6 years ago that people were gonna say bad things about it. I was afraid people were gonna judge me. And then I started making videos and I realized no one cares. No one cares. People are busy with their own lives. People are doing their own stuff. They do not give a flying toss whether or not I have a YouTube channel or whether or not I make videos. They're never watching my videos are not aimed at them, and so me making videos is not for the sake of my friends and family. And so many people get held back by the worry of what their friends, their family, their co-workers, their boss, their aunt, their uncle, their dog is going to think about their YouTube channel. No one cares. Everyone is doing their own thing. You can absolutely do YouTube, and I guarantee your friends and family will not care. Secondly, the other category of people that doesn't care is the audience. When I first started making YouTube videos 6 years ago, I thought people would care. I started making videos about me and my friends singing songs, a cover of Payphone by Maroon 5, a cover of Adele or whatever. And the way I now think about this, and what I kind of wish I'd known before, is that videos on YouTube are not actually free. People are paying for watching your videos. They're just not paying with their cash, they are paying with their time and attention, and those are two currencies that are even more valuable than money. And so when you're new to YouTube and you make a video and it doesn't get any views and you think, oh, the algorithm doesn't like me, it's not that the algorithm doesn't like you, it's that your video is not worth watching. People have not decided to click on that video, people have not decided to watch it because it has not provided them with any value. And these days, increasingly, people have so many choices of how they can spend their time on the internet. The thing they want to do is they want value. Whether that's value in the form of entertainment or education or inspiration, it needs to have some kind of value. And if there is no value in the video, then people will not watch the video. And if people are not watching the video, the algorithm will recognize that no one's watching it and is therefore not going to recommend it. And this is enormously liberating and enormously freeing when you're getting started, because it means you don't need to overthink it. No one's going to watch the first several videos anyway. You have to start off by being bad, and over time, by being bad repeatedly, you will eventually be good at making videos. Your videos will start to add value, you'll start to figure out what your niche is, and then when people give up their time and attention to watch your videos, it will actually be worth it for them, and now the algorithm is going to start recommending you, and then your channel will grow, and then at some point you'll become a millionaire, and then life will be all great.
When people come up to you and they say, Casey, I'm thinking about being a YouTuber, what advice could you give me, a young up-and-coming creator, if I wanted to do what you've done for so many years? Casey, what advice do you give me?
I hate it. My response is always why. No, like let's.
It's a great response.
If you ask me that question, and like let me, like that's a big question. You're asking me to do work right now.
Yeah.
Why? And if their answer is anything other than like, there's nothing I love more than making videos, or like, I grew up here and nobody knows about X, like there's some genuine passion, whether it's artistic or sharing a perspective, anything other than that. If it's like, if the word Mr. Beast is anywhere in their answer, my response is, if it's
I'm fit for them, and now the algorithm.
When people come up to you and they say, Casey, I'm thinking about being a YouTuber, and for so many
responses always why. No, like let's.
It's a great response.
If you ask me that question, and like let me, like that's a big question. You're asking me to do work right now.
Yeah.
Why? And if their answer is anything other than like, there's nothing I love more than making videos, or like, I grew up here and nobody knows about X, like there's some genuine passion, whether it's artistic or sharing a perspective, anything other than that. If it's like, if the word Mr. Beast is anywhere in their answer, my response is don't.
Or Prime or any of that.
Yeah. Because so, like that can't be the mission.
I got asked this the other day in the airport. I get asked this question sometimes, and it is difficult because like I too want to stress how difficult it can be if you don't love it. This kid came up to me, what advice can you give me? I said, he's like, I want to make videos. I'm an up and coming guy. I said, okay, how many videos have you made? He goes, well, none yet. I'm thinking about starting. I said, all right, kid, you're what, 19, 20? Give yourself 10 years. Give yourself 10 years at this craft, making videos, posting them online, getting made fun of for at least 5 of those years. And then maybe at the end of 10, maybe you'll have a little bit of success. Consistency for me is my general advice for these people, but you are right. It needs to come from a place of like, kind of, this is what I love. It's just how I'm wired.
Patience is the other thing I say, because it's a little bit of a answer. Nobody wants to hear that.
No.
Like, what's the one piece of advice? I don't have time. I don't want to stop my skateboard. I just want to roll past you and give an answer. It's always like, patience. Do you have 10 years to commit to this? And they look at you like you have 3 heads. You're like, yo, I thought Mr. Beast said, and it's like, nah.
Everyone has different audiences, so what works for Mr. Beast might not work for me, right? So what I did is like, I did my own little experiment. Like when I knew I wanted to get into shorts, I told myself I was gonna upload every day for as long as possible. And I think I only got like a week or 2 in. I didn't get that far, but the goal was essentially to upload as much as possible. Quantity is what makes quality. When I was doing that quantity, I would analyze my retention graph. And this is just like one example I'll just pull out for you. So there was one video after 5 days, I got, I think it was like 50,000 views in 5 days, right? Which on average, I usually get like 1 million. So I was not happy with the performance. And I pulled up the retention graph and I noticed on the last second, it was a huge dip. It was 70%. 1 second later, it was 45%. Like a 25% drop in 1 second. And the retention was 83%. So what I did was I went to YouTube Studio I trimmed off that 1 second. YouTube removed this feature, by the way. YouTube, please bring it back. But just by removing that 1 second at the end, it went from 83% to 88%. And the video went flying. And that's why like every second counts on a short, like every single second. Because when you think about it, let's say you have a 30-second short, right? If you lose 1 second, that's already 97%. That's 3 percentages. You know, if you lose 2 seconds, that's 6%. So when you think about it on shorts, like you're not just losing 1 second. You're losing double or even triple because that 1 second accumulates to 2 or 3% of the video.
So there's been some incredible advice already, and there's even better advice coming up later in this video, but I wanted to touch on a little bit of advice that I've learned from personal experience this last year, growing some YouTube channels and literally getting hundreds of thousands of views on these videos on a channel that had less than 1,000 subscribers. And I really think for me, a big part of it came down to the packaging, which if you don't know what packaging is, it's your video idea, it's the topic, it's the title, and it's the thumbnail. So that is not even the video itself. A lot of people put all their effort into shooting YouTube videos, and what they don't realize is, and where they're lacking, is their thumbnails aren't good, their titles aren't good, their ideas aren't good. So I have some very practical advice on how you guys can come up with better video ideas that will actually get you more views, because your videos might be great, you're just not getting any views because this part is lacking. So one of the things that I started to do is I'd come up with way more video ideas than I actually needed. So if I was getting ready to make my next couple videos, I'd come up with like 50 video ideas. And then throughout those, most of them were pretty bad. Maybe 40 of them, I'm like, these probably wouldn't get views. And I'd have 10 of them that are pretty decent. And then what I would do is I'd take those 10 videos, and before I just choose one, you really want to validate that idea. And how do you do that? How do you make sure before you press record that it's going to get views, that there's interest in this, that people actually care about this topic and the video idea, and so you don't waste all your time, you know, on this YouTube video? And what I would do, and this sounds so simple, but it just works, is I'd go on YouTube. I would type in kind of the video idea that I was looking to make. And if these videos were getting more views than the subscriber count, then I would know this was a good video idea for me to make, because I knew that YouTube was working on pushing this topic or this video idea out to more people beyond just their subscriber base. Maybe it could be oversaturated, but oftentimes people want to watch a lot of videos on the same topic. So it's okay if you add in to the conversation, people want to hear your voice, and it is still worth making that video. Now there's going to be a lot more YouTube strategy coming up in our YouTube 1K challenge, which is a free event that we are hosting. And this is a 5-day YouTube challenge on how to get to your first 1,000 subscribers and make your first $1,000 on YouTube. So you can click the link down in the description if you guys want to check that out and join us at the challenge. But let's get into some of the other advice from these YouTubers.
When I first met you, I had just gone full-time as a creator, and you were so great. You gave me this worldview, this perspective of don't think algorithm, think audience.
In my role, I've always gotten a lot of questions about the algorithm. It's like, what time should I upload to optimize for the algorithm? What time, how often should I upload? And the way we design the algorithm is actually such that we want to give audiences the videos and other content that they're going to be most satisfied by. And so if the audience doesn't really care whether you upload it at 3 in the morning or 7 at night, then the algorithm shouldn't care either. And so what I encourage creators to do is when they have some of these questions, they immediately kind of think about algorithm, like replace the word algorithm in their question with the word audience. That's going to give you a better answer because we're aiming to serve the audience. And so the more you focus on understanding what your audience wants and finding the best fit with them, the algorithm is going to match that.
Yeah, one of the biggest things for me was when I stopped thinking, why didn't the algorithm like this video? I started thinking, why didn't my audience like it?
As a creator, I think the more that you can put yourselves in the shoes of viewers and go through YouTube and browse around and see what's going to make you as a viewer be interested in a particular video versus another video. It might give you more perspective. You may not get just thinking so much about your own videos all the time. Look at it from the viewer perspective.
For new creators or smaller creators, because when you say the algorithm follows the audience, they worry that they don't have an audience yet for the algorithm to follow. So do we do anything for those creators?
Yeah, so we have a team that is specifically focused on this challenge of trying to identify audiences for creators that are just getting started, for videos that we don't have a lot of information about. And so, yeah, with those videos and channels, we do need to try some different approaches. The title, the description. When there are viewers that show up that seems like they might be interested in it, we'll show that video to those viewers and see which of them react. We really want to make sure that there is a path for new creators to get started. It's a metric we track, how many new creators are succeeding on the platform. We're very focused on that. We care a lot about it because we do believe that there's a lot of opportunity there with new creators coming along with new ideas all the time, and we want to help those creators be successful.
Sean, if you were starting a YouTube channel in 2024, what would you do? Especially considering that you've been in the YouTube game for 17 years now. You've started multiple channels, 3 silver play buttons. How would you get started in this new year?
Yeah, so I wrote down 5 things when I thought about this question. And the first one is courage. You have to start messy. And I think about this, I have some tactics as we get into it, but now that I've had the chance to coach so many different people that have started YouTube channels and grow their YouTube channels, I've realized that really the first thing that holds us back is ourself and our fears and our mindsets. We feel like we're not ready. We feel like, man, is anybody going to care? We feel like, am I going to be judged? Is there going to be negative comments? And these are all legitimate mindsets. But you're not going to get results if you don't start. You're never going to know if you don't start. Everything that you want in life is outside of your comfort zone. So I do want to lay a foundation that you got to start before you're ready. You got to start messy. You probably have a million questions. Even if you've already been subscribed to the Think Media podcast or other channel for a while, you still probably are like, but what about this? But what about that? You have to just start. And my second tip is clarity, and we can hit that one in a second. But the reason that I say start messy is there's really 2 kinds of people. Maybe you're already a professional, a business owner. So you're already, you're in real estate, you already are in carpentry, and like you're going to start a DIY channel helping people fix stuff around the home. You know that you're going to start a real estate channel to get leads, clients, and sales in your local community. You're a musician that uses Ableton, so you want to start doing music tutorials. Like, you already have clarity. So if you have that, we can dial that in when we get there in a second. But there's this whole other category where someone's listening to this, they know they want to start, but they're unsure. They have a million questions about what niche, what topic, what about this, what about that. And I would encourage you to just start posting videos. Just try something. Don't overthink it, because we do learn by doing. And I know for me, because I didn't have fierce clarity when I started, I just started posting random videos on my Sean Cannell channel. There's a million lessons of mistakes I made, but the benefit of that was I started to learn how to film. I learned how to edit. I experimented with this topic, that topic. And even though the brand ended up being kind of not great, and the niche wasn't really clear, and I was all over the place, and that wasn't my successful YouTube channel. I haven't even uploaded there in years. It was a personal development experience, a skill development experience. And I like to say I have 4 YouTube channels that helped me eventually start a successful one. So absolutely, in 2024, start as soon as possible. Don't put it off. Don't just watch YouTube videos. Don't just consume information. We learn by doing. Take action, press record. It takes courage. You got to get uncomfortable. So just start.
I kind of want to bring it back to the person who's starting out, right? What pitfalls are they going to run into? What can they avoid? What kind of mistakes are people making that either make them quit YouTube and they just give up on it? Or maybe they're making some mistakes so they're not getting views anymore.
Yep.
What would be one of those that you think a lot of people make?
It's funny because those kind of feed into each other. I find that a lot of people give up too soon because they're not getting enough views. So they get discouraged. I've had videos that 240 days after they've been released start taking off. To almost a year. So like
and like viral taking off.
Yeah, and you literally could be a year away from that video that you just made before you quit, or right before you quit, taking off because you just stopped uploading.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think a mistake people get is they get bored. They're like, man, this is boring. Well, it might be very boring because it's time for you to start working with other people. I know it is a lonely journey if you are just like grinding and doing it all by yourself. But even if you found like a collective, or you started masterminding with a few friends, or maybe you started one, you're like, hey, every Monday we're gonna meet on Zoom, and just like you kind of did this, right? With so if you just if it was just you and you were just cranking it out, I would imagine you'd get really discouraged. But now you have guys being like, dude, try this thing, you know, like let's do that. So I think find a community, and I do love that about VRA, is that there's a community of people constantly. It's every day. It's 24/7 of people checking in on each other, testing video ideas and things like that. Don't allow yourself to live in discouragement. It's okay to get discouraged, but don't live in that, because then it's going to cause you to quit. And by you quitting, there's that ripple effect of what could have been, or what should have been, what probably should have been. I actually think that if you do not quit on YouTube, that is the #1 recipe for success, is the trying at YouTube. I feel like we're trying at YouTube. We still are trying. Like we're always testing new formats, testing new things, and that's actually the goal. So, you know, we started this conversation talking about fitness, and that sometimes we have these end goals, although the goal is to build the lifestyle. So if I get discouraged in the journey and it causes me to quit, I actually lose, because the goal was to just stay on the journey. So don't allow discouragement to cause you to quit.
I love that. Our video editor for the media, Nate, he's over here.
Hey, Nate Dog.
He has a similar story with his channel, and so Nathan's dogs.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
His channel is called Nate's Film Tutorials, and your video that took off, initially the director's one, it didn't take off right away. And I think he was even, probably a little bit discouraged, because he posted this video and I was like, dude, this video's fire. Like, this is going to get a ton of views and all this stuff. And it like just tanked. And it was also at a point for him where he was a slight pivot from like videography to filmmaking. And I was like, but bro, like just commit to the filmmaking, like commit to the pivot. And is this right here? So, okay, so check this out, dude.
Dang,
100 days in, it ends up getting 6,000 views. And how many subscribers? You had like 20,000 subscribers at the point. So that's not a lot of views for him. But after 100 days, it jumps up and it just keeps skyrocketing. And now it's at 283,000 views.
Wow.
So just similar to you, right? It just like found the audience, and you can expect me.
And this is actually a thing that is happening on YouTube. Okay. It's when you're just posting consistently and one video goes nuts. What do people do after that one video goes nuts? And what does YouTube do? #1, people start checking out the other videos. YouTube starts serving your next uploads, your older uploads, and then it starts to like fill in your channel. If you hypothetically, or like an illustration is like an empty cup. Let's say you're empty and you have this one go viral, and now they're spilling over into other stuff. So now even for me, older podcasts I uploaded 2 months ago, they're starting to take off. But it's because people are starting to binge the channel. And it's because Nate didn't quit that people can now go back, they can go forward. And so this is why you don't want to quit.
Exactly. There's a lot of people who would post a video and then they would be discouraged after 159 days. They would give up, and then like their channel takes off, and they're like, there's all these new viewers coming in, and they go to your channel, you're inconsistent. You don't post anymore.
Right.
You haven't posted in 6 months. And so what you have to do is stay consistent even when it's hard. And then YouTube rewards, like the snowball effect happens through consistency of recommending another one of your videos, and another one. That's how YouTube works.
And it's like, honestly, if you're in finances, there's this term called compound interest. I would say this is a little bit more powerful because the amount of compound interest that takes place with attention, then it really puts the ball in your court to be able to do what you want to do, sell what you want to sell, live how you want to live, So yeah, don't make the mistake of quitting.
You're a very small YouTuber and you can upload a video a day and like all the videos be average. And like none of those videos will really stand out. None of it's like epic enough where like the algorithm's gonna go, oh, this video is good. Like we need to spread it. I feel like a lot of small YouTubers, they just post like videos that aren't bad, but they're not great. And they just do that and none of them ever pop off, so they never get an audience, where it might be better to like, you know, upload half or a third or even like a fifth of the videos, but make the videos you upload so freaking good that like the algorithm has to promote it and that, you know, it has to find audiences for it, because it's such an interesting and good video. When you like set a consistent schedule and you're constantly having to upload videos that aren't as good as you'd like because you got to hit, oh, this Monday I said I'd upload every Monday, you know, like it's a dangerous trap, because then, you know, the viewers notice that the quality isn't as good and it makes them less likely to watch, and I think it hurts your longevity.
If you want more tips and advice for growing your YouTube channel, then you're going to want to watch this next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next video.
So what are the best ways and the opportunities to make money as a Christian content creator, or if you have a faith-based YouTube channel? I've got 12 different ways that I want to talk about in this video, as well as talk about a few Bible verses and maybe the right mindset and approach. I think it's going to be pretty valuable, so let's dive in.
You got to just press record.
So a question came in from Barnabas Lawson, and he said, what is the best way to monetize a Christian channel? Books, courses, channel sponsorships, appeal for support? This could make a good video. Well, I agree. And so here we are making a video. Thanks so much for the question. And so let's dive into 12 ways to monetize a Christian or faith-based channel. And number one is the YouTube Partner Program. If you're watching this and you are aspiring to earn money on YouTube, you probably realize that eventually you can get paid for views. It takes 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time, or 10 million shorts views. Within 12 months, you have to get 4,000 watch hours, and then you can apply for the YouTube Partner Program, start getting paid for your views. If the kind of content you're creating is getting tons of views, then this could be pretty lucrative. And that's maybe more broad appeal. Maybe there's certain Christian channels, right, that maybe they cover culture, they cover trending topics, they cover controversial topics, they get a lot of views. AdSense can pay you pretty well. Number two is going to be affiliate marketing. As with any channel, affiliate marketing's been big here on Think Media because we talk about tech. So I could be an affiliate for Amazon and talk about this microphone or this keyboard, or, you know, maybe this plant. I don't know. This is from IKEA. Do they have an affiliate program? You could be an affiliate for anything. You put links in the description down below. Now with a Christian channel, a lot of times people think, well, what am I going to talk about? But there's actually way more opportunities than you realize. I mean, there's websites like Daily Grace Co. You can sign up to be an affiliate there, and they have Bible pencils and pens and Bibles and journals. Back when we were doing Think International, target audience of Think International was church leaders. We would interview different pastors, leaders, church planners, missionaries, and it was all about leadership. So one of the affiliate programs I discovered was a program called Preaching Rocket and Giving Rocket, which was like coaching programs to help develop the incredibly tough skill of preaching well and communicating well. And I want to say it might have been a couple $100 program or a couple $1,000 coaching program, which for a professional, you know, it's a professional program. If you have built an audience that's aligned with that, then it becomes a win-win. And even if you only get a couple transactions, you know, 10% on a $5,000 program is $500. Next is going to be books, ebooks, and audiobooks. This is a good one in the Christian world. Christians by nature, followers of Jesus, are readers. They're studiers. They're students. If I open this door, how about I open the door? This is a bookshelf right here, okay? This is a bookshelf. But up here, like these are, what do we got here? By the way, we got books. And behind this stuff, we got Proverbs by Andrew Womack's Proverbs commentary. We got Swindoll's Proverbs commentary. I was kind of geeking out on Proverbs commentaries. By the way, that's like, I buy more than one Proverbs commentary, and there's endless Christian authors you could interview on a podcast, and then they've got a book. You could talk about that as an affiliate. But here's my point. One of the reasons to write a book is for the audiobook. You know, like I wrote a book called YouTube Secrets with my friend Benji. It's been fascinating to see the physical book sales. It's 135,000 or so copies sold total. Physical book, ebook, audiobook. But I want to say we've probably made 50, 60 grand off audiobook sales. So that's number three. Number four, physical products. Now, in the Christian world, number one, you could be anything. But number two, I think about Christina Patterson from Beloved Woman. She is a Bible teacher, and she is one of our Video Ranking Academy students. And she has done these journals over the years. Eventually, you might launch something physical like a journal. Depending on your vision, if you've ever walked through a Christian bookstore, like there's lots of different things that have been turned into physical products. Number 5, digital products. So this could be online courses, ebooks would be included in this. It could be downloadables of some kind, but typically it's going to be maybe an online course. And so one of the things they say in online marketing is the riches are in the niches. If you start really specializing down, like maybe the Christian worldview for recovering from postpartum depression or something like that, maybe as opposed to just broad. And by the way, this is also kind of like a proven path. A lot of authors in the Christian world think about building out. Here it is, right? There's the book, there's the workbook, aka maybe the small group study guide, and then there's like the video curriculum that could potentially be distributed in churches. Number 6 is Patreon or websites like that. So this is going to be exclusive content and perks to paid subscribers. So Patreon is off of YouTube. People sign up to be members, $5 a month, $10 a month. I think you could set the prices all over the place. You could do the same with what's called YouTube channel memberships, is kind of similar. One of the biggest things you ought to think about is what percentage do they take. I think Patreon's percentage is 5 or 10%, depending on what level you're at, which is very generous because they're offering you all the technology. YouTube takes 30% of channel memberships, but again, they're offering you all the technology. Number 7 is merchandise, branded merchandise, like t-shirts, mugs, and accessories. One of the cool things that I've noticed in the Christian world lately is like merch has really evolved, like the clothing lines and apparel lines. So of course you could just try to build up a cool brand on your YouTube channel and slap it on a coffee mug, or something. Like I know some you might aspire to fashion, really aspire to design. You've got that Solomon wisdom. When the Queen of Sheba came by, she was like, wow, look at your table settings. Look at how your servants are dressed. Wow, look at the order, and everybody's happy. You must be truly wise. And so even Solomon in all of his splendor wasn't dressed like the birds. You know what it is? So you've got merchandise. Number 8, sponsorships. You could partnership with any brand. If you've watched any amount of YouTube, you could be like, this video is brought to you by NordVPN. I mean, if you grow to a certain size, you get sponsored by just something that could work for anybody, but you also might better align with different brands. And by the way, I also sometimes think we're gonna have degrees of maybe how Christian our content is. I think there's kind of like different levels to it, right?